This video is dedicated to my friend Jeff. Carey Price is back at practice with the Montreal Canadiens. He's back at full practice with the Montreal Canadiens. What does that mean in terms of him returning with 13 games remaining this season? That and more in this video, so sit back and enjoy. Hey everybody, I'm Rick. Welcome to Talking Habs, where you get your daily fix of Bleu Blanc Rouge. With the news that Carey Price has returned to full practice with the Habs, the question on every Habs fan's mind is, will Price return to play games this season? The answer, as I write this, is unknown. Even Coach Marty, when asked, says, I have no idea. In a video a couple of weeks ago, I gave some hot takes. And one of them was about Price coming back to play 5 games or more before the season is done. Jake Allen agrees with me. I have a couple of things from Jake Allen. Fellow goalie Jake Allen thought Price looked great in practice. Smooth, Allen said. He always looks smooth. He's got that natural ability within himself that he always had. He looks good out there. It's been obviously a long year for him. He's worked hard to get back to here, where he is. He looks good. I know he's going to push as hard as he can to get back here as soon as possible and get a few games in before the end of the season. We're looking forward to seeing him back. I know I'm looking forward to it for him, and I'll be excited for him when he gets back in the net. He's going to play. Whether he plays 5 games, see, he agrees with me, or 3, I don't know. Whatever it is, I think it's just that mindset behind it that he is a competitor. And if I was in his shoes, I would want to do the same thing. I wouldn't want to go 5 months of sitting there in the offseason and wondering, do I still got it or what's the deal here? This whole crazy season that we've had, he's had some ups and downs, and now he's going to get a chance to show that he'll still be the Carey he's always been. And obviously, if I was in those shoes, there'd be some rust. But if that was me, I'd want to prove to myself that I did all this work and it wasn't going to be for nothing. That I was going to come back and prove to this organization that I'm still here. And that I'm sure that's probably the same way that he's thinking. Sorry. This is what Coach Marty says also on the same topic. I know for Carey, I think it's important to see where he's at for himself and how he will take that into the summer, he said. For him to have some answers going into the summer, I think is really important for his own individual thing. For me, if you get a small sample of Carey this year and some encouraging things for him, whether it's his play or how he feels after his play, I think the Montreal Canadiens are going to be in a better place. Hey, it's Carey Price. So what does a teammate, and this is Brendan Gallagher, who is, I think, the second longest serving Canadian right now. Carey Price is the longest serving. What does Brendan Gallagher have to say on the same topic? That Price looks close to being prepared for that's his return, is a wonderful sight for everyone with the Canadiens. You're really happy for him as a teammate, as a friend, as a guy that's made you look good for 10 years, said Gallagher. You're happy to see him back there. You know how much it means to him to get back on the ice. Even little steps like this to be back practicing with the team will mean a lot to him. He's getting closer. I don't know when it'll be, but he's getting closer. And as his teammates, you're excited and you're happy for the guy. He always looks good to me, teammate Brendan Gallagher said after practice, which included a fast-paced mini 3-on-3 game. If you're wondering if I scored on him, the answer is no. So he's ready. He's been working hard. He's eager to go. I like that Brendan Gallagher said, well, if I couldn't score on him, he's ready to go. From the look of it, even his coach and teammates don't know the answer officially. But as you can tell by what they're saying, that they think Price is doing everything he can. He's working extremely hard and is focused on getting back to the ice in a real game before this season is over. And I think to a man, They believe he'll do just that. My prediction is for him to make his season debut this Saturday, April 9th, in Toronto versus the Leafs, and go on to play 5+ games before April 29th, the end of the season this year for Montreal. We can speculate on whether or not Price's return this season means that the Habs will try to trade him in the offseason after, and I say he waives his no movement clause. That should be if he waives his no movement clause. This is Jake Allen, before we go on here, on a little bit about on what it would mean to, I think, the team if they traded Price. You can't bring a guy in. You can't have somebody fill shoes like Carey can, Allen said. From a hockey standpoint, we understand how good of a goalie he is. But from experience, leadership, longest tenured Canadian here within the city, the organization, the respect that he gains within that room is probably irreplaceable, to be honest. I don't really know how you'll be able to find someone who will replace him. So I think it's really important. Obviously, this year's been tough for him, not being around the guys as much as he's wanted, especially on the road. But I think coming back here, now you can see he's got a bit more pep in his step, excited to get back and go out there and battle for the few games left that we have with the guys. I'm looking forward to seeing him back in the net. So by that, he's just saying, how do you trade Carey Price? How do you replace a guy like Carey Price? And the answer is you don't. A couple of months ago, I thought that, yes, if Price plays this season, it would signal just that scenario about Montreal trading him in the offseason. But I'm not convinced of that any longer. Montreal will not want to have to retain 50% of Carey's remaining 4 years. That's a whole player for 4 years. They don't want to do that, I'm quite sure, in any trade they might make. And I believe Carey wants to play his whole career in the uniform of the Montreal Canadiens. It's how he identifies as a person, and that's from his own words. I predict that Carey will not only play for the Montreal Canadiens next season, but will play out his contract as a member of Les Habitants, the Montreal Canadiens. Without a doubt in my mind, the finest sports franchise in the history of sports franchises. So let me know what you think in the comment section about this and anything I said here. If you like this video, please give a thumbs up. Appreciate that. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Peace out, everybody. And I got to look down to see what I got to say there. And hey, check out that video in the corner over there. Thanks, everybody. Bye.